Record-breaking heavy rock band hailing from the north, Sheffield specifically. Def Leppard are one of the best-selling groups of all time, and after, we're just working it out, 41 years, over 4 decades, they're still going strong.
And in a moment we're going to speak to frontman Joe Elliott, but first, Siobhan Ahern takes us back to where it all began.
40 years, over 100 million record sales and some of the most iconic rock songs of all time. Def Leppard's rise to fame began in 1977 when teenage bricklayer Joe Elliott auditioned as a guitarist before being cast as the lead singer. Over the next 4 decades, he would go on to record 11 studio albums with the rock band. Arguably, the band's biggest track, Pour Some Sugar on Me, has generations of fans, including Taylor Swift, who performed with Joe back in 2008. And she's in good company with Tom Cruise, Christina Aguilera and Miley Cyrus, all having covered the iconic song. Now, Def Leppard are back on the road again, kicking off their tour with a very special gig last night.
And Joe's with us now in the studio. Joe Elliott, hello, mate.
Good morning.
You look great. I mean, you...
Considering it's, what, 5 hours since we've left the building, yeah.
Yeah, you played the Royal Albert Hall last night.
We did,
First
yeah.
time you've ever
First
played
time
there.
we Def Leppard
Really?
played. We were there for the Brit Awards in 1988.
Right.
Which doesn't really count, you know, one song and
No.
you know,
Okay.
an award we didn't win.
Yeah.
But you were there for charity last night, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. It's year 8. It's the 18th year of the Teenage Cancer Trust, and we did a show with the Who in October, and Roger said, "Please come do it," and we said, "Can't
You
wait."
should look, after 41 years in a heavy rock band, you should look dissolute. You should look sort of, you know, close to the edge. And you look great. You're
Well,
really
we
good,
do
Nick.
our best, you know. I mean, the thing is, everybody wants you to still be 21 when you get up there, so we do our best, but it just gets harder every year, you know.
We've been talking this morning about what's best, north or south. Our Twitter poll is completely divided, but when you're on tour, who are the best audiences?
Oh, that's kind of unfair question. I'm going to have to say Montreal in Canada, okay?
Because you go on tour in December, don't you?
Yeah.
And where you cover, presumably, the
everywhere.
whole
We
of
start
the UK and Ireland.
in Ireland, in Dublin, then up to Belfast, and then into Wales, and then all the way around. We're playing the O2 in London on the 12th.
And you still get a thrill out of it?
I do, actually, because... To be quite honest, you kind of can't believe you're still doing it after all this amount of time, and the crowds seem to be getting bigger.
And do you feel young when you do it? Do you feel
know
like
what?
you
I
did?
think this business can keep you young if you want it to. I mean, if you want to be Leonard Cohen, then you're going to be old. But I think with this, I watch Mick Jagger and I watch the way that even Roger Daltrey, there's a teenager inside still. There really is.
Where did heavy rock come from? I mean, I'm thinking of how you had Chuck Berry, you had the Beatles, you had the Stones, but when did heavy rock really enter the
Probably
music scene?
about 68 when Sabbath and Led Zeppelin came along, and then there's... You know, some people will call them heavy metal, other people call them heavy rock or hard rock, and then it starts getting all pigeonholed.
But you're different. I mean, I was looking at some of your tracks last night on Google, and it's interesting, you do a lot of close harmonies.
Yeah,
you don't
we do.
get that with a lot of heavy rock bands.
No, you don't. We basically, our mantra when we started out is like the power of a band like AC/DC, but the harmonies and then the variation of a band like Queen.
We brought
Looks
the
like you're
guitar
lost
on.
there, Joe.
No. I just want
Here
to show you how it's not done. I don't want to give you, and you show how it is done. I mean, how did it go from the kind of Chuck Berry thing to what you do?
Well, don't give me this thing. Well, you'd have to crank that up to like 10.
Yeah, to 11.
Right? The distortion. You go. And then you've got David Bowie right there.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that is amazing. Sorry, I only put my finger in there because that won't do my tinnitus.
No, me neither.
How's your hearing?
Pardon?
Seriously, how's your hearing?
It's actually not bad. I had it tested
It's
like
great,
you do.
great to see you.
And I'm not too bad. Bad before we leave. This is coming out on the 1st of June.
What's it
Brilliant.
called?
It's the box 1 of 4 of our... it's just the CD collection, but it's also on vinyl.
Everything.
Very kind,
Joe,
thank you.
Lovely to see you. Thanks
Thank
very
you for
much
having me.
indeed.